Welcome back, my little cubbies. Now, I need to give you a little bit of story time, right? This shows the dedication I am to this channel, right? This shows how much I don't want to deprive you guys of even one day of going without content. I literally this morning, so from your perspective, it will be yesterday, but from my perspective, it's today, of course. I went to the dentist today, and I had a metal drill put into the back of my tooth because I had a really bad infected tooth. They had to pull it out, and so basically I'm having to spend £2,000. That is a lot of money, which I don't have, in getting basically a fake tooth. I'm basically having an implant. They had to literally drill a hole in it, and I now have a metal rod like that big sticking out, almost the length of a tooth, sticking out of my tooth. Yet I am still casting for you guys. Now, if that's not dedication, I don't know what is. I don't know if I'm more dedicated because I just want to make sure I give you content, or it's because I just enjoy it so much. I think it's a bit of both. I can't lie. Anyway, story time over. Play the world's smallest violin for Lionheart. Shut up, Lion. Get out of it. Give us our content, bitch. We have Batu playing as Dutch, going up against the infamous Chinese Hausa player. Had this one in my back books ready to go at any moment. So we've got Dutch versus Hausa. Interesting matchup you don't see every day. You might also notice I might be slurring a little bit because that hole that got drilled into, it feels like I've been punched in the face. And if anyone that's been punched in the face before, they'll know that it doesn't hurt at the time. Like when you're in a fight, getting punched or kicked doesn't really hurt at that moment in time because you've got all the adrenaline and all that sort of stuff pumping. It's the morning after, or like a few hours after, when the adrenaline dies down, you're like, my face fucking hurts. That's what it feels like. It feels like Revnak's mum just whacked one of those huge tits around my face. Boom! Usually I do enjoy that, though, but not today. It's a bit sore today. Too much roughhousing with Revnak's mum. So we got Dutch versus the Hausa player. I always love watching the Chinese Hausa player. It's such a fun, unique build. We've seen it a few times on the channel, but you know he honestly beats the best players in the game, and then he just goes away and doesn't play like for 6 months again, and then will just come back again. You do get a few players like that, but it's a shame he doesn't play all the time because if he did, he could seriously be a top contender for like being on the top page of the ELO ladder if he just played Hausa all the time. Let's have a look at the decks then, shall we? Batu has got his test deck out. Let's go have a look at the Cathedral over here whilst we do this. Anything out of the ordinary? Not really. Does have double fort. Interesting. I do like that with Dutch, though. I think that's pretty good. Does have the Bosniaks. We'll see how it goes. Going to be picking up some treasures here. Picking up, wow, ancient inscriptions teaching the true origins of the universe, granting 100 XP. Yes, Bible, Holy Book, teach me the origins of the universe. Okay, let's go have a look at the Hausa's deck. Yeah, that we've seen this before. He likes to go for 3 villagers, and then he ships Hausa Kingdom as soon as he can. And when he ages up, that'll come into fruition. And because he gets the age 2, he gets the benefit of the trade builder as well. So he's aging up with the Berbers. So, oh wait, he's aging up with the Berbers? That's not usual, right? Usually it's the Akan. Interesting. So the Hausa player that we've seen so many times before, doing something a little bit different here. Is he going to be doing something a bit different? Making Berber camels, maybe? Does still get that same native embassy that you get from the Akan age up. Here comes Hausa Kingdom now. So he's going to get a university and a trade builder. So the university probably wants to go around here. Yeah, in range, just about in range of this trade post. I think it is in range, maybe. It has a wide range. I'm not sure what he's going to do with that trade builder. Okay, probably go for a native. Wait, go for Berbers again? Okay, it makes sense to go Sudanese, right? Oh, no, this university is not in range of the... You can see here, it's only in range of the town center. So that's a big shame. That is a big, big shame. He's making a griot from the university. Interesting. And look at this. This is why he's going for the Berbers. So he can make the Berber nomads straight away. Because essentially with Hausa in Ethiopia, when you age up, unlike USA and Mexico, where you get federal age ups, and essentially you get cards that you can send in that federal age up, with the Africa civs, you age up basically with a native. So you align yourself with another native, essentially. And you get their bonuses. You get their techs from the university, for example. So I really love DE, man. I really love how they've expanded DE rather than like the boring kind of vanilla civs. They really expanded them and made them very unique in their own. Really, really cool, man. So basically going for a really big boom here. Obviously, the Berber age up, you do get the influence, and that influence is going to be spent on Berber nomads, which are costing him 120 influence each. Essentially, 2 TC booming. Palace of Amina coming in. That's pretty standard stuff. That's his first shipment in age 2. Coming in at a very late 6 minutes. But yeah, so he's basically full booming right now. Nothing much more else to say than this. Could be double Berber production from this native post as well. So I'm not sure why he went for another Berber. Should have gone for the Sudanese. But yeah, okay, nothing too much out of the ordinary here. I'll still never understand how uncomfortable that looks riding a camel. That looks like an envoy, yep. Envoy got smacked in the face there. Did you see it? Boom! Into the sand. Shut up. How many Berber nomads can he make? Oh, wait! No way. Okay, so he can... This is why he went for the Berber native. I didn't know this. So you can make 10 Berbers? Oh, my goodness. You can get 10 Berber nomads. Wow, that is massive. He's going for the full whack of Berber nomads. 10 Berber nomads. Don't forget, these guys are better than normal villagers. You can see here, normal villagers are 0.6. These guys are gathering at 0.8. So yeah, these guys are better, but they're like CDB. So not only is he getting 10 extra vills, he's getting more like 12 extra vills in comparison. So that's insane. And 700 coin coming in here, and he's going to the Akan age up now into age 3. I think that 700 coin is going to be used to help get him into age 4. Let's go have a look over at Batu. No doubt he's doing something similar. Both these guys playing very boomy. So we've got the triangle of, you know, the rush into boom, into turtle, into rush. We got that kind of triangle, the trifactor of RTS games. And both these guys are opting to go for the boom on the triangle. So it's going to come to... These games tend to kind of end in one big fight. I like how that griot... I think that griot was on the fort there, or on the native embassy maybe, producing those Berbers a bit faster. Nice stuff. So it looks like Dutch, he's gone for 5 banks. So he's gone 700 wood, 1. He hasn't gone for 600 coin, 600 wood either, though. That's interesting. So he's essentially saved an age 2 shipment, and he's using it for age 3, and he's sending a fort. So yeah, that definitely tells me he's going to want to be going to age 4, which is he is doing now. And he understands, he's scouted really well that Hausa are booming. And so to not go for that 600 wood is super risky, because that's generally what you get your infrastructure is. Like you get your stables, your barracks, etc., etc. And that's a very aggressive fort. Fort Krillo going down there. That is a very, very risky fort with absolutely nothing protecting it. It is as naked as it gets. It's like one of those dreams. That fort is a dream when you've gone to school without your underwear on and you look down and you're like, everyone's pointing at your tiny little wee-wee. Hee. That's exactly what that fort's doing right now. But he may get away with no one looking at him. And, okay, I like this. Religious freedom. One of Dutch's best cards. One of the best church cards in the game as well. But, of course, Hausa also going for the FI. And honestly, I think Hausa's FI is a lot more dangerous than Dutch's FI. But the forts might be cool here. So after the 700 coin, we do now see Ganansi. So he's going to be able to make Akans. Okay. No H3 cards being used, but look, we've still got the infamous Red Fulani cattle into the Habanaya. Is he going to send those cards at some point? I think it's likely he does. I think the fast age up, he's probably teched the fast age up as well here. It looks like it is aging up quite quickly. Age 4, he wins the Age 4 race there. And imported cannons coming in, of course. I didn't see what he aged up with, but I think with the tokens, it's the Yoruba, right? He always ages up into 4. You have to go to Age 4 with Yoruba. Going for Royal Hunters. Also going for imported cannons, like we said. So he's going to be able to make cannons. Dutch should be nearly aged up right now. They are. What's he aging up with? The Law Decision. I think that's another fort. Yes, it is. So going for a double fort here. Interesting stuff. Okay, deciding not to go for that. I like that fort placement. To be honest with you, I think putting it next to each other, or probably putting it in your base, is a good idea as well. Protect these banks is probably a good idea. But he's going to go for the other choke point of the map. There's 3 choke points of this map. 1, 2, like almost like land bridges. So that's kind of cool. Wow. Okay, so Blue Guards is the first shipment to come in here. So that's from the Church Tech. Oh, wow. And going from Cantalism. Yeah, this is why Dutch are so dangerous with their FIs if you let them go boom. Because they get so many banks. They pay for all of this stuff. And coin almost becomes like a food gathering rate because it's so fast. So the classic Blue Guard into 2 heavy cannons. Factory coming in. Probably going to get both factories. Could go for a 3rd fort, actually. So opens up with 2 heavies. Boom, boom. And he's up 4K score, which makes sense because of his the crazy amount of banks and eco that he has in comparison. However, Hauser have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. So from the imported cannons, 2 Cobra Royales come out. They do Shadow Tech. A bit aggressive with those Cobras there. I think he messed up a little bit. Blue Guard's backing up, and I think the heavy cannons are going to back up there. Don't want any of that beef with the 2 guard, essentially the 2 guard Colrans. But it looks like he wants to be. They want the beef. The Akans want the beef. And the Colrans are coming. One is too far back here. But one's arched up right on that cliff edge. Beautiful stuff, and takes down one of the heavies. Looks like, well, I think that 2nd heavy is going to be next. But these heavy cannons have done a lot of damage. Too much damage, dare I say. The 2 heavies do go down now, and now it's the Yoruba's time to come in. He shipped the Yoruba shipment. There it is, the 6 Yorubas. And now he can make them as well. And that looks like the 1,600 tokens of influence. He's making more Akans. Oh, that 1 Red Lancer being super annoying. Good stuff there. And he's got a lot of influence. What is he going to spend it on? Surely it's going to be the Yoruba. There it comes. Champion Yorubas, 160 influence each. Absolute bang for your buck with that. They got that at the bargain sale because I tell you what, for 160 influence, they are a bargain. One of the best cavalry units in the game. The only reason that it's so cheap is because they lose HP. But in a battle like this, where then the loss of HP is going to be so negligible, it makes no difference. So it is super bang for your buck. And the Yoruba, they are going to get beat by heavy infantry. However, look at these things go. 56 hand attack. And they are going to clean up, even with Blue Guards that have gold promotions right now. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Native Cheaty's coming in next. He's not going for Red Fulani cattle yet into the Habanaya. But this is a very good shipment because you get so many units. He wants to align himself with the Sudanese as well whilst he's at it. More Blue Guard. Wait, how's he got more Blue Guard? Oh, he said Nasu Regiment. He's making them from the fort as well. Let's go, Batu. I don't think I've ever seen a Dutch go full Blue Guard. Maybe once from like a Callan build from like 3 years ago. I don't know. But Batu is going full musketeer with Dutch. How often do you see this? Dutch do have a musketeer, baby. It just cost 1,000 coin to be able to make them. Nasu Regiment. I love how he went Blue Guard from the church tech, and then he went. That's why he sent the fort and then aged up with the logistician fort as well. Now it makes sense, not just for map control, but so Dutch can make a good musketeer. And these guys shadow tech. They're not the strongest musk in the game, but they do get promotions. So if they get their promotions, they become one of the strongest musk in the game. And then, of course, he's got 2 factories that are pumping out heavy cannons. Good old Musk Falk. Dutch can Musk Falk, baby. Dutch can Musk Falk. And this right here is the build order to do so. He can get more banks, but he's choosing not to at the moment. He can get the extra 2 banks from the church tech, the coffee trade, but deciding not to yet. Okay, we've got a howitzer coming in here from Hauser. You can see here the native treaty card has come in. So he's got 3 Akans, 3 champion Yoruba Oyos, and he's got 3 champion Berbers. He's going to get the Sudanese down, which is going to give him some more units from that native card as well. But yeah, diving in here, that howitzer is so dead. It takes forever to unpack. The slowest packing and unpacking artillery in the game, but that makes sense. Could pull trick that. Honestly, could have pull tricked that there a bit better, but opting not to. Finally, we see Red Fulani Cattle coming in here. But he's still, that doesn't mean anything. Getting Red Fulani Cattle does not mean anything. He has 2 livestock markets ready to go, which makes sense because it's going to give you too much to put on just one. But now that he does have it, look at that, 2,600 influence ready to go for his next shipment. But is he going to get his next shipment? He's going to be able to fight here. And don't forget, he went for that big Berber boom. So yes, Dutch have got all of those banks, but this guy's got 10 Berbers as well. So, you know, that's a lot. That is a lot. But I love this map control from Batu here, the Dutch banks. And this could synergize really well into USA Revolt as well, because the USA Revolt gives you 2 Gatlings per fort, and obviously you age up with a fort. So right now, he'd essentially get 6 Gatling guns from revolting to USA, as well as all the other stuff that you get. Dutch also synergize well with the USA Revolt because there's lots of gold shipments, and they keep their banks, and there's lots of really juicy gold shipments. Habanaya, still worth a lot here. He's 2/3 of the way of getting his shipment. He needs to wait for that shipment to come in. Once that shipment gets here, he can decide to spend that on anything he wants. I've seen him spam Yoruba before, like literally make like 20 Yoruba, something insane like that. And then like just win the fight, and then basically he just steamrolls from there. He could decide to make lots of cannons. So many options. You can see now as well the native treaties. He did get the Sudanese. So now he's got 4 champion Sudanese dervish as well on top of all of this. So it's a really good shipment, like the amount of military-wise. So he got 14 units, guys. This card here gave him 14 units. All guard units, which is really, really good. And there it comes! There it comes, baby. He's making a couple of Sangas here as well. He's got a Culverin Royale in queue. Is he going to decide to make more artillery pieces? Habanaya right now is 2,900. When those Sangas get made, it's going to be up to 3,100. Watch the influence, guys. Watch the influence. How much is he going to get? Deciding to take a fight here. Don't really want to take this fight right now. Wait for that influence to come in. He can make Sudanese here. He could make cannons. You name it, he can make it. So let's have a look at the final numbers. 3,300 influence. And it replaces all of your Sanga cattle. Yes, on 1 food, but still, that's going to be crazy. So what's he going to spend it on? He's making more Culverins. Okay, that kind of makes sense because there's lots of heavy cannon production here. Is he going to fight here? Is he going to fight here? There's so many heavy cannons. Yoruba coming in now. He's going to face tank all of these heavies. That's so many. Oh my goodness, Yoruba are coming. They're going to take a while to get here though. Akans are really good in this situation because they have area of effect. But look at these Dutch blue guards. Look at the power of these blue guards. There's silver promotions everywhere. 41 ranged attack with a silver promotion. Are we going to get any gold? Yes, we are. 300 HP and 41 ranged attack. So I think they get the... And he's actually winning. He's actually winning. And there's still so many heavy cannons left. Oh, and he gets Culverins, but it's too late for that. He should have backed up and waited for those Culverins. Oh, my goodness. And he calls GG. I told you these things tend to end in one big fight. We got 2 big fights here, so you can't ask for much more than that. But the Dutch FI beating out the Hauser FI. Woo, wow. The blue guard FI from Dutch there is not something you see very often. And blue guard with gold promotions, they cost the same as a normal musketeer, but they get 300 HP. That's pretty damn good. 41 range attack. They essentially, for free promotions, they essentially get 50 HP, which is really, really good. But they are only musketeers, and I've always said that promotions are very good for high HP yielding units that you can heal up and benefit from more, because low HP units like a musketeer, anything 1 pop that gets benefits from promotions, they die quicker. So generally, there's no point having that promotion in the first place. However, that was a fun brawl. That was FI versus FI, boom versus boom. And Dutch came out on top here. Don't see Blue Guard FI every day. And that was really, really fun. All resources gathered. And look at this. Hauser actually won quite comfortably on the... That's how good Hauser FI is if you decide to go for the Berber boom. Look at that. He gathered more resources than a 5-bank FI. That's insane. You have to take into consideration heavy cannon production. So that is something. But this doesn't take into consideration... maybe it does take into consideration influence, actually. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. But I think that's the Habanaya tech right there. But anyways, regardless. 118 musks produced from Dutch. Dutch can make musketeers right there. It's right there, baby. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'll catch you in the next game. Peace.